उष्यतां यदि रोचते। Asyatam, please come sit here. He, indeed, Aravinda Aksha, O great hero, with eyes like the petals of a lotus. Grihyatam, please accept. Arhanam, humble reception. Cha and Naha, our. Bhujyatam, please eat. Santi, what there is in stock. Nivaraha, Nivara rice. Pushyatam, stay here. Yadi, if. Rochate, you so desire. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. O King with eyes like the petals of a lotus, kindly come sit down and accept whatever reception we can offer. We have a supply of Nivara rice that you may kindly take. And if you so desire, stay here without hesitation. Kindly repeat the translation. O King with eyes like the petals of a lotus, kindly come sit down and accept whatever reception we can offer. We have a supply of Nivara rice that you may kindly take. And if you so desire, stay here without hesitation. Text 15. I will read myself. Shri Dushmanta Uvacha Upapannam idam subhru jataya kushikan vaye swayam hi vrunute ragyam kanyaka sadrisham varam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Arvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. King Dushmanta said, O Shakuntala, with beautiful eyebrows, you have taken your birth in the family of the great saint Vishwamitra, and your reception is quite worthy of your family. Aside from this, the daughters of a king generally select their own husbands. Purport. In her reception of Maharaja Dushmanta, Shakuntala clearly said, Your Majesty may stay here, and you may accept whatever reception I can offer. Thus, she indicated that she wanted Maharaja Dushmanta as her husband. As far as Maharaja Dushmanta was concerned, he desired Shakuntala as his wife from the very beginning, as soon as he saw her. So the agreement to unite as husband and wife was natural. To induce Shakuntala to accept the marriage, Maharaja Dushmanta reminded her that as the daughter of a king, she could select her husband in an open assembly. In the history of Aryan civilization, there have been many instances in which famous princesses have selected their husbands in open competition. For example, it was in such a competition that Sita Devi accepted Lord Ramachandra as her husband, and that Draupadi accepted Arjuna, and there are many other instances. So, marriage by agreement or by selecting one's own husband in an open competition is allowed. There are 8 kinds of marriage, of which marriage by agreement is called Gandharva marriage. Generally, the parents select the husband or wife for their daughter or son, but Gandharva marriage takes place by personal selection. Still, although marriage by personal selection or by agreement took place in the past, we find no such thing as divorce by disagreement. Of course, divorce by disagreement took place among low-class men, but marriage by agreement was found even in the very higher classes, especially in the royal Kshatriya families. Maharaja Dushmanta's acceptance of Shakuntala as his wife was sanctioned by Vedic culture. How the marriage took place is described in the next verse. That ends the Bhaktivinoda Purport and translation to Canto 9, Chapter 20, texts 14 and 15 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vatsadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So text 14 was spoken by Shakuntala addressing King Dushmanta in this way. Arvindaksha, O great hero with the eyes of a like the petals of a lotus. Arvinda Aksha. Aravinda means lotus. Aksha means eyes. So having the eyes shaped like the beautiful petals of a lotus, meaning beautiful eyed king. So Dushmanta had very beautiful eyes. So she is addressing him as Arvindaksha. Asyatyam, please come. Sit down here. Grihyatam and accept Arhanam cha, our humble reception. Whatever reception we can offer, kindly sit here and accept them. Arhanam chanaha. Bhujyata. Santi nivara. Please, bhujyata means to eat. Nivara is a kind of rice. So bhujyatam santi nivara. Kindly accept the nivara rice which we would like to give you. Santi, which is in our stock. Ushyatam yadi rochate. And rochate, if you so desire, ushyatam yadi, you can also, apart from just eating rice or eating food at our home, you can even stay here without hesitation. So what did she indicate by the statement? Prabhupada explains in the purport in the next verse. We will discuss that. So Devahuti offered Dushmanta to come to her house, stay in her house, and accept her reception and also stay back permanently with her if he so desires. Ushyatam yadi roshate. So in response, Maharaja Dushmanta replied, Shri Dushmanta Uvacha, Subhru. Even he addressed Shakuntala as Subhru. Bru means actually eyebrow. You can also refer to the eye. Su means something which is very beautiful. So Subhru actually means one who's got beautiful eyebrows or beautiful eyes. So he also addressed Shakuntala as one having beautiful eyes, beautiful eyebrows. So Subhru, oh Shakuntala with beautiful eyebrows, Jataya Kushika Anvaye. You have taken birth, Jataya Kushika, in the family of the great saint Vishwamitra. Kushika Anvaye. So you have taken birth in the family of Vishwamitra. Actually, she was Vishwamitra's daughter through Menaka, a heavenly damsel. Therefore, Shakuntala also was very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. So one thing is she was the daughter of a damsel. Second thing is she was the daughter of a great, powerful, austere sage by name Vishwamitra. So the combination was very good. So therefore, the progeny also was very good. And you can see one of the symptoms of good progeny is a beautiful child, a child with good character, well behaved. Such kind of child will take birth, whether a boy or a girl. So the union, the combination, both are very important for a good progeny. Yeah, Krishna Balaram, good Prabhupada. The combination, I mean the boy and the girl, and union, I mean when it is done according to religious rites and rules. Then a very, very nice child will take birth. So we can see Shakuntala is very beautiful and she took birth in the family of Vishwamitra. So here Dushmanta is saying, Upapannam idam. The reception, idam, referring to the reception which was given to Maharaj Dushmanta by Shakuntala. So the reception which you are offering me is very much befitting the family of Vishwamitra. You are from a royal family and this reception is very much befitting. In the Vedic culture, reception is taken very seriously. Receiving a guest is taken very seriously. It's called Atiti Seva. Sometimes it is all. Sometimes we also refer Atiti Devo Bhava. The guest is regarded as a representative of the Lord. So therefore he has to be treated, he has to be received, he has to be welcomed, he has to be cared for very nicely, with nice, great attention. So in every house, this was practiced. In every house, whether he be a poor man or a rich man, everybody knew how to receive a guest according to his capability, his capacity, according to his monetary, financial, and practical capacity and capability. A guest is being received. If one is very rich enough, then there will be a royal reception. It also the reception also depends on the other person who is the guest. It depends on both the parties. The person who is receiving the guest and the person who's received, meaning the guest himself under the subject of discussion. So if the guest, based on his category, whether he is elderly person, educated person, highly cultured person, whether he is a sage, whether he is a guru, or he is a superior, or is an equal, or he is younger, or as per the social status, whether he is superior to him or equal to him or lower than him, or as per the spiritual status, whether somebody is superior, equal, or younger. So all these considerations were done as far as the guest is concerned. Nonetheless, even as per the ashrama, as per the Varna. All these considerations are there. Nonetheless, the guest has to be received with dignity. With dignity. Very important. But it also depends, as I said, on the capability of the host. So the guest does not demand hospitality or reception, but it is the duty of the host to receive the guest. It was not a demand, but it was a duty, and it was a question of uh, uh, practicing Vedic culture. Mm. And it's a very common practice to receive a guest with dignity, nicely. So as I said, if the host is also well-to-do, then the reception will be very, very nice. Meaning a good chair, maybe a sofa, and maybe good food, good bedstead, maybe some servants to assist the guest also. All such possibilities are arranged. But if the host is not well off, so poor, one place Prabhupada explains, so poor. First of all, he's living in a hut. Okay. Secondly, he's so poor that he does not even have a chair in his cottage. Under those circumstances, a straw mat can be offered. Most important is receive the guest with pleasing words and smiling face. Very glad that you have come here. Not that you have a gun and trespassers will be prosecuted and put up a board there. So that is the Western culture. Trespassers will be prosecuted. So that's not the Vedic system. With smiling face, you receive the guest. So much so, then somebody may argue, Prabhu, but it's safe to put in what to do. No. The Vedic culture dictates that even if he's an enemy, still with a smiling face and sweet words you should receive him. So much so, the enemy forgets that he has come to an enemy's house. So this is Vedic reception. It's quite difficult to conceive in today's time and and our experience. We hardly see such kind of people. They're not even informed about this culture. They don't have a clue also. So if the host, as I said, is very, very poor, not financially well off, its straw mat can be offered, and smiling face and sweet words, and a glass of water. Then Prabhupada goes on to say, imagine if the situation where even a mat is not available. Mat is not available. Then his Angavastra is there. So he takes out his Angavastra and just dusts the ground and puts on his Angavastra for the guest to sit on. So sometimes this has got multi-purpose. It has got. So he spreads his cloth and requests the guest to sit down and speak kind words to him. The guest becomes so obliged. So this is Vedic culture. So here we see that this is being recognized here. Dushmanta is saying that you have taken birth in the family of Kushika Anvaya, in the family of Vishwamitra, and Upapanna Midam. Your reception is certainly very worthy of your family. Here, another important point you can notice, it reflects the family culture, dynastic culture. See, very important. So Shakuntala is representing the family. Similarly, every individual represents a family, a culture, a dynasty. So that is why this family becomes very important. Sometimes people in the modern world don't have the understanding of the relevance of the family or the gotra or the surnames. That's true in Kali Yuga. It has become almost meaningless. But that was not the situation in the Vedic times. Everything was with purpose. And the purpose is being passed down generation after generation. So she belonged to the family of Vishwamitra. So what does it mean? It's just not parenthood. The culture which has come down in the Vishwamitra Gotra is being passed down. And Shakuntala is continuing to follow that. Whether you're a Brahmana or a Kshatriya or a Vaishya, whatever you are, that family culture is very important, which should be continued, especially Vedic culture. Then further Dushmanta went on to say, Swayam hi vrinute ragyam. I understand ragyam, you belong to a royal family. So therefore, Kanyaka sadrisham varam. Daughters of a king generally select their own husbands. Kanyaka, girls, daughters. Sadrisham varam. Swayam vrunute sadrisham varam. Swayam means personal selection. Sadrisham varam means referring to their choice of husband. So daughters of a king generally select their own husbands. So this system is called Gandharva system of marriage. That's what Prabhupada goes on to explain in the purport. So here Dushmanta is saying that you belong to the royal family and therefore you have the right to choose your own husband. She is actually indicating you can accept me as your husband. But Shakuntala has already accepted him as her husband from the previous verse discussion, because a girl will not call any man to sit next to him and to receive any service from him unless he is her husband. That is the Vedic system. A girl will not offer herself to anyone or her service. And the Vedic system also says one should not accept service from a woman unless she is related to you. So that was the high standard of Vedic culture in those days. So that means, what did Shakuntala indicate by saying, my dear king, please come and sit and accept this rice, accept food. Further, she openly said that Ushyatam yadi rochate, if you desire, you can stay permanently here. Which girl will tell to the boy, you can also stay, no problem. The Vedic times, if you know the entire, I will try to give a background of the Vedic culture and system which was going on those days. But before that, which girl will tell a boy to come and sit and continue to stay here forever? That means she indicated she wanted him as her husband. So in the purport, Prabhupada goes on to explain, Dushmanta also desired her hand from the very beginning. And therefore, to confirm and also to indicate a sign of sanction by the Vedic standards, he said that you are the daughter of a king, so you have the right to choose your own husband, because Vishwamitra Muni is not there. And Kanva Muni, who brought up Shakuntala, also is not there. Nor Menaka, Shakuntala's actual mother. So Vishwamitra Muni and Menaka are not there, the actual father and mother of Shakuntala. So the guardian, Kanva Muni, he is also not there. So therefore, is this agreement okay then? Is it sanctified? Is it sanctioned by Shastra? Yes. Therefore, he is saying, Kanyaka Sadrisham Varam Swayam Hi Vrinute Ragyam. You belong to royal family, it is allowed. In the royal family, the Gandharva system of marriage is allowed, which is by personal selection. Or selection of the girl in an open competition is allowed in the Gandharva system of marriage, which was prevalent though in the ancient times. which is one of the systems of marriage. So therefore, you don't have to hesitate. He's also basically he's assuring Shakuntala, because in case she has a hesitation, oh, my Kanvamuni is not there, so how can I accept you although I have a desire? So he is reassuring that don't worry, this system is sanctioned by the Vedas. And how that sanction is um, practically implemented will be discussed in the next verse. So nothing is done outside the Vedic realm. This is the first point which we should note. In the Vedic followers, they're very strict in following the Vedic standards, even in fulfilling their material desires, material ambitions. They would not go outside the um, realm of Vedic standards and procedures and rules. They are very obedient followers. Be he a king or a Brahmana or even a Shudra, of course, not by birth, by their profession and by their inclinations. So even a Shudra would follow strictly Vedic standards. What do you speak of a Kshatriya and a Brahmana? And today, we hardly find anyone following Vedic standards. So, this Gandharva marriage explained here is one of the systems of marriage as per the Vedic standards. As Prabhupada indicates in the purport, there are 8 kinds of marriage, which was very much prevalent in those days, but most of them may not be applicable today. But nonetheless, just for our information, you can just know. The first kind of marriage is called Brahma marriage. Brahma marriage means first class marriage system, wherein the father of the bridegroom goes to the house of the bride, and the parents of both the girl and the boy select the girl and the boy. The girl and the boy don't choose themselves who is going to be their partner. Both the sides, the parents, they meet each other and they decide, they finalize, matter is closed. In fact, if you see, as per the marriage procedure, the girl and the boy will actually see only during the time of marriage. They don't even know each other's face. Only when they sit for marriage. Again, there is one more ceremony. We'll not go to the details because anyway, it may not be relevant to us. There's one more ritual. At that time only, they both are made to see each other. They will sit next to each other even in the marriage pandal and still they will not see each other. There's one more ritual wherein they are made to see each other. So all these procedures. So that much sanctity and standard is maintained. Imagine. So that is why this Vivaha is a very, very sacred ritual. It's not a very, although there is material desire, but it is highly regulated and sanctified. And high value is being given to that union combination, to the both boy and the girl, the boy's family and the girl's family. So first class marriage system means the parents select the boy and the girl, and then they decide. And then the girl is sent with what is called as dowry. So this dowry is there are many things which are misunderstood in the modern world. Dowry system, actually it's called Kanya Daya. That means the father of the girl gives dowry to the girl. Actually, the dowry in terms of jewels or assets is for the girl. Is for the girl. Lot of saris and so many, so on and so forth. Is for the girl actually. It is voluntarily given by the girl of the father of the girl. It is not demanded. It is voluntarily given. It was not a demand. Eventually, it became a kind of demand and force. Therefore, the whole system collapsed. Why the father is giving? Because the girl is, his daughter is getting separated from him. So as a memory, as an expression of love, he is giving it in the form of a gift. So dowry is actually a gift. Dowry is actually a gift. So it is not a forced thing from the boy's side. In fact, in India, there is one more community wherein the boy said give dowry to the girl when they marry. That is one more community there in India like that. Anyway, either way, it is basically given voluntarily and it's actually a gift. It is not a forced thing. And there's no such fixed thing, this much or that much. Like that. So Kardama Muni accepted the first class way of marriage because the father was willing and the daughter was qualified. Kardama Muni, if you see, he married Devahuti because the girl's father, Swayambhu Manu, personally came to offer his daughter to Kardama Muni. Of course, in this case, there was no dowry because Kardama Muni didn't expect anything. And the girl also was willing to marry a humble sage, although she was the daughter of a king. Anyway, this was first class marriage. Then there is Prajapatya Vivaha, wherein generally if the girl has not come to age, when the girl and boy are very young and marriage takes place, that's called Prajapatya marriage. In that case, the girl is not handed over to the boy, but to the boy's parents, the groom's parents. That's called Prajapatya marriage. Also, when they marry very young, even before the girl comes to age, then the girl will not go to the boy's house. The girl will stay in her parents' house only till she comes to age. But she knows and she should know that she is married. Because why this system was allowed in the Vedic times? Because uh, psychology dictates a woman, a woman, as per her psychological status, the first man she likes or she comes across, she likes, she gives her heart, finished. For life, she'll be dedicated to him. For life, she'll be dedicated to him. So this psychology was used so that the marriage life is protected. So the girl knows that she is married to a certain boy, but she will not go and stay with him. She'll not go and stay with him. Unless she comes to age, then it is finally consummated. Consummated means finalized. After she comes to age, then she is permanently sent to the husband's house to live with him. Of course, Prabhupada also goes on to explain, um, till the time she has not gone and staying in the husband's house, once a while, the parents will send the small girl to the husband's house, young boy, maybe 18 years or 17 years also possible, 16, 17 years also possible. The girl could be, even less than 14 years also. So the parents will keep sending the girl once a while to the husband's house. They will make some preparation and tell, okay, go and give to that boy. Like that, some reason, go and give this dress to that boy, to your husband. So like that, she keeps on going. In that way, she keeps interacting with him once a while, once a while. And she develops some kind of bonding with him. Then when she comes to age, she will not think of any other boy other than that particular boy who already is her husband. So this is the psychology. None of these things are understood in the modern society. And the girl is allowed to freely mix with everyone. That is not the Vedic system. It's very risky and very dangerous. Of course, because this is not understood and the society is also not geared up for this kind of life, therefore child marriage practically is abolished as of date. Then the third marriage called Daiva Vivaha, wherein uh, even after the girl comes to age, sometimes it so happens the the parents are not able to identify a suitable boy. But there is selection by the parents. It's not that anybody they can marry. Either way, girl also, boy also. No. The parents carefully select the boy or the girl. They carefully select. Hmm? Just like everything for that matter, the parents only select. The children don't select anything. Hmm? Everything. That was the Vedic system. Even in our days, it had been like that. So, even our dress, they would only select and give. We would actually not select. Everything they would select. Okay, I think you can take, you wear this, you take that. Anything they would select. So naturally, when everything they have selected for you in life, when it comes to your partner, why you are choosing yourself, what are the logic Prabhupada puts? So these things are important because nobody is following these things and creating a lot of chaos in the society. Prabhupada says all through the life your parents selected and gave you so many things. And you accepted also, food also, clothing also, everything. But when it comes to the time of marriage, you want to select yourself. This is not fair also. So they've been so careful in selecting for you, even your school, college, your occupation, putting you in a good job, everything they have done. So they will also be careful in selecting a nice partner, if at all he is supposed to become Grahastha. Therefore, that also is accepted and it goes by the parents' choice. That was the logic applied there. When people ask why, I should know my partner, that's the logic today being applied. What parents have to do, I am going to live. Are my parents going to live? This is the logic being used. You are going to live, but you're not mature enough to make a decision. That is the logic applied in the Vedic times. You're not mature enough. You're not advanced. You're not experienced enough. Therefore, parents have to select who are highly experienced. Parents were also trained again. Today, again, that question comes. Parents themselves are not trained. They themselves don't know what are the criteria for selection. That also parents don't know. That's another problem. That's why the whole Vedic system is a foolproof system. Everybody is trained in all aspects. Social life, material life, moral life, etiquettes, standards of Shastra. If not, they will consult husband or father or a priest or a guru. Different levels of consultation was possible. Different degrees of consultation was available. But that is not the scenario today. So sometimes the girl would not get a suitable boy. In that case, the father would take the girl to a place where sacrifice is happening, either marriage of somebody or some other Vedic ritual, some other yajna, where a rich man is conducting yajna. So in that marriage, this girl's father will directly offer the girl to the priest or a suitable boy voluntarily to accept. And generally the priest would accept this girl. This was also again decided by the father. Then Arsha Vivaha, the fourth kind of marriage, wherein the groom or the boy gives a what is called as Kanya Shulkam, a price to the girl's parents. Generally, in the Arsha Vivaha, the price is one cow and calf and two bulls. And then the marriage is allowed. In fact, Maharaja Pandu married Madri in this way. Dashrath Maharaj married Kaikeyi in this way. Sukanya married Chavana Maharishi in this way. There are many other examples like this. So in all the cases, the man is willing to pay the bride's price and bring the bride home in a proper way. Then Asura Vivaha, the fifth kind of marriage, wherein the groom may not be a suitable match to the bride, but he is willing to give any amount of wealth to get the bride, to get his wife, to the bride's parents. He is willing to give any amount of money to the bride's parents or bride's relatives and get the girl home. So that is Asura Vivaha. Then Gandharva, as we discussed here, wherein generally, mostly in the Kshatriya family, royal family, this was allowed, wherein the girl was allowed to select. Just now we discussed girl should not be allowed to select. Yes. Now, there's an exception to the rule. The exceptions are not unlimited. The exceptions are very specific. Very specific. That's why in Vedas, everything is specified. Everything is specified. Nothing is by one's whims and fancies. So what is this exception? The exception is when the girl is exceptional, highly qualified, learned, mature, only then it is allowed. And that also mostly in the upper classes. Mostly in the Brahmana and the Kshatriya families. And more so in Kshatriya families it happens. Not other communities. They are not allowed this opportunity and this choice. So the daughter of a royal king has this facility. So when the girl is exceptionally qualified, then she is allowed to select her own husband. Rukmini Devi, for example, she selected. She wanted Krishna as her husband. In fact, Prabhupada says here, Mother Sita married Lord Ramachandra in this way. Today is Sita Devi's appearance day. Srimati Sita Rani ki jai. So today is Mother Sita's appearance day. So Mother Sita married Lord Ramachandra in this way. Prabhupada also says Draupadi married Arjuna in this way, and there are many other examples like this. But they were exceptionally qualified. They were exemptions, but not a rule. Okay. So that means it cannot be that every girl can start choosing her husband. She must be exceptionally qualified, mature, experienced, and the father decides whether the girl can accept this system of marriage or not. Then they go by that. It's not the girl decides herself, okay, now I'm mature, I'm experienced, okay, now I'm choosing Gandharva marriage. No, the parents give that approval and permission. You can choose your husband through this system. Then, Rakshasa system marriage is when the bride is generally kidnapped or stolen from the rival's suitor by force. There are many examples also in this regard. Then the last marriage is a Paishacha marriage, wherein sometimes, of course, this is not recommended, but although it was there. Sometimes against the girl's wish, she is married. And nor she is offered any Kanya Shulka. Neither she is offered Kanya Shulka, nor the girl selection, nor she is offered money. And still, see, in the case, then you may wonder, in this case, Rakshasa marriage, the girl is kidnapped, then is that okay? Yes. Even though the girl's parents are not happy, but the girl is consenting. But in this Paishacha marriage, the girl is not consenting also. So that is last. Anyway, so some of the things may not be relevant today. So what we should know is, most importantly, the social structure which was prevalent in those days was different from what is existing today. So therefore, many things may not be relevant today. Because the society is not structured according to the Vedic standards. So first of all, one should arrange the society as per Varnashrama system, as Krishna recommends in the Bhagavad Gita. And everybody must be trained in the Vedic culture, Vedic standards. And everybody should have a higher goal in life, which is to go back to Godhead. And for that, primarily, there must be purification. So, all the Vedic procedures are meant for purification, for developing higher consciousness and going back to Godhead. Keeping that primary goal, the other things are only subsidiary. Then the social structure can be easily organized. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Then these things all become irrelevant. Anyway, so here we see the Dushmanta married by the Gandharva system of marriage, and he followed the Vedic procedures in this regard. We'll stop here. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai.